Really?
There was nothing there for what?
So like some Diddy type shit?
Diddy white parties weren't the Diddy. I'm afraid to even.
We ain't talking about no white party.
You're afraid to acknowledge you've been to the Diddy parties.
No, I'm not afraid of it. I've been to the Diddy white parties. I've been to Diddy's birthday parties. I wasn't at Diddy.
Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah. If it were just him, it would be sad. It would be very unfortunate. But I use the word scary because I get the impression, to put it kindly, that his life ain't the only life that's gonna be affected. That they ain't after him just to get him. You got Homeland Security involved. You got the feds involved. I got news for you. They ain't coming just for him. They coming for a whole bunch of people.
The streets are claiming that some crazy footage from Diddy's notorious white parties has surfaced online, and it's messier than a child eating spaghetti. We're talking about jaw-dropping, clutch your pearls kind of stuff that has everyone in a panic right now. So hold on to your weaves because the tea is getting hot. I can't reveal every aspect just yet, but let's just say that Diddy's parties aren't the same anymore. This isn't your typical celebrity. We're talking about a scandal that might ruin a career. Devastating event that makes Diddy perhaps wish he could go back in time more quickly than share people. Diddy has been hosting all-white parties for years, but this new video portrays those gatherings. Everyone is wondering if Diddy's empire is going to collapse like a house of cards in a hurricane after watching 50 Shades of Grey, if you understand what I mean.
I've never made anything.
Yeah, let's have another shot.
No, let's have another shot. I'm in. Okay.
We need to treat our guests the right way.
Let's give them shots too. Come on.
No, this is me and you.
All right, I need a shot.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Shot,
This
bro.
mine? Okay.
Yeah, I just have to think. It's all together. Me and you. Eyes.
Let's do it. Spilling it all over.
Eyes. Yeah, I love this drink.
Where you put my bag
I like
at?
when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag
Daddy,
at?
I like when you scrambling and scraping for shit.
No, I got
I
notes
like
and
that.
shit. I'll be practicing. I got
Yeah,
notes
there you
and
go.
shit.
You got your notes.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna go over that one.
See where I look back on where I became.
Did you miss me though? For real, because it seems like a thing.
I
with
miss
this
partying
birthday
with
party,
Puff, man.
Man, but I'm talking about for your birthday.
Huh?
Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
We partied for my birthday before. You came to my party.
No, but me and you ain't never really party, you know what I'm saying? Eyes, brother.
Oh, man.
Eyes.
We all believed we understood what transpired during Diddy's white parties, but this new video is going to change everything, leaving people wondering. Let's take a brief journey down memory lane, shall we? The all-white theme is only a front for something far less benign. Imagine a sea of gorgeous people dressed in pristine white, sipping Pero and mingling with the elite of Hollywood. Diddy has been hosting these all-white extravaganzas since the 1990s, and they've been the most sought-after event in town for celebrities and influencers. We're talking about a guest list that makes the Met Gala seem like a high school prom. Diddy's parties were where careers were formed, agreements were sealed, and Instagram feeds were blessed if heaven had a rigid dress code and a guest list that was more closely guarded than Fort Knox. However, honey, that spotless image might have just been wiped off more quickly than white linen in its terrible torture in those parties, and this new footage is going viral. I'm not saying that these parties were all bad. They raised millions of dollars for charity and gave us some iconic fashion moments. For example, when Kim K showed up looking like a whole snacking, that body-hugging white dress, or when Beyonce and Jay-Z made their grand entrance like music royalty. Those were the moments we live for. We're talking about the kind of mess that has publicists working overtime and lawyers speed dialing their clients.
Because anybody that was associated with him are going to be considered suspect. I'm not saying any names because I ain't trying to do that to anybody. I'm not wishing that on anybody. But what I'm saying to you is that when you are associated with a figure that is being accused of the multitude of egregious acts that he has been accused of: sex trafficking, racketeering, drug use, prostitution, flying folks across state lines, and all of this other stuff. Yo. But I'm telling you right now, anytime the feds are coming your way, they're not coming just for you. There's lessons to be peeled from all of this. Be careful about the enemies that you crop up. Be careful about people that have a target on your back. The people you've alienated, you've infuriated. Think about the people he's done business with. Think about the money involved. Think about how it would have been in folks' best interest to shut the hell up and never say anything. Yet somehow, some way, this stuff evidently was going on for years, according to the feds. And almost nobody said anything.
Did you ever go to a Diddy party?
Yes.
And what was it like?
A Diddy party?
Is it like what they have in the media or
off the hook?
Off the hook.
And whenever they went into the quote unquote alleged other section, I was never there. That's like, I think in general, getting away from Diddy, and God bless him and whatever else he's dealing with. I don't beat people while they're down. That's just not who I am character-wise. No one can erase his legacy. Bad Boy Records and Faith Evans and Biggie and Craig Mack and 112 and Total and I mean mogul. I mean, I don't know what all that other is going on or allegedly, but man, legacy is legacy, man. You know, surviving Neverland.
However, this new video is revealing a completely different side of these parties. It's as if someone flipped a switch and we're seeing what transpired after the last Instagram story was shared. People are saying that it's twice as scandalous and wilder than Miami's spring break. But one thing is for sure, this isn't the kind of party video you want your mother to see. Ware is acting in a way that even the most experienced reality TV producers find embarrassing, and it's not just the ordinary people acting out, ma'am. We're witnessing some well-known people behave in ways that could result in their cancellation sooner rather than later. We're talking about a list CAU on Cameron doing things that make their PR teams have a collective heart attack. And one of the clips reportedly shows a certain chart-topping rapper known for his good guy image getting really cozy with someone who is definitely not his wife. I can't spell all the details just yet, but let me give you a taste. You know how they say that what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? Well, what happened at Diddy's parties definitely didn't stay there. If you understand, I'm referring to something closer than peanut butter and jelly, and that's only the beginning, honey.
Yeah, man, this asshole has said to me one time, he said, Big Gene, they not mad at you for talking about Puff. They said they mad at you because you got more famous or you got more known than they are for talking about Puff. They not mad at me for talking about Puff. They mad to the fact that people has gotten to know me because I was talking about Puff. So they hating on that. But in fact, because they know Puff wouldn't piss on them if they was on fire, bro. They know Puff wouldn't piss on them if they was on fire. Now, maybe if they had baby oil on them, he probably would, but he would piss on them if they was on fire. They getting mad and saying all this crazy shit when all I really wanted was justice for Big and the people around us that dealt with him. They gonna continue to take shots. I mean, I've already seen this, man. But like I tell people all the time, man, I'm 10 times the normal, man. I'm not worried about what they say. What I look like, man, talking about some nigga coming at me, talking about my manhood. He look halfway like a cockeyed squirrel, and he just talking crazy out his mouth for views because right now my name is hotter than fish grease? What I look like talking with these cats out here, you understand, who was one-hit wonders? What I look like going at these cats and going back and forth with them, man? I did what I was supposed to do. I raised my kids. My girls graduated from college. I did what I was supposed to do as a man. I'm out here telling stories, bruh. I'm telling stories of my life. I'm telling stories of what I've seen. I'm telling stories of some of the things of what I heard. And they out here mad and upset. Like they got a problem. It's crazy, man. But you gotta realize this. What we have done, and you responsible for this too, right here on the Art of Dialogue show. You birthed a lot of these YouTube channels. You gave them content to go back and talk about. Because without me on your show, and without you giving this show, a lot of them wouldn't have no content. That's my own personal feeling. That's not the feeling of the Art of Dialogue. That's not the feeling of this TV program. That's my own personal feeling. And yo, let me tell you something. A lot of these rappers that's hating and talking that bullshit, I either help them some kind of way. Do you hear me? When they peoples was home, when they had to get passes for their parolees for parole, or they needed somebody to call in and talk to their parole officer, I was the dude who did that. But you gotta watch who you help sometimes.
We're talking about the sort of tea that will leave you gasping for air and grabbing for your phone to spill to your best friend. If you thought you had seen it all, buckle up, because this clip is about to show you what actually occurs when the cameras stop rolling and inhibitions fly out the window. Now let's break down what's in this scandalous footage that has everyone talking. To start, there are scenes that will make even the most experienced partygoers blush, and the streets are claiming that there is footage of celebrities snorting lines longer than the line at a Supreme drop, and that's just for starters. However, it's not just about the illegal stuff, honey. This footage is exposing behavior that's downright embarrassing. Imagine seeing your favorite rapper, who is known for being a tough guy, sobbing in a corner over his ex, or how about that squeaky clean pop princess getting down and dirty on the dance floor in a way that makes Magic Mike look like a church picnic. And let's not forgetting the hookups. You'll be wondering about every big break in Hollywood after watching this tape, which reveals more secret rendezvous than a season of Love Island, where famous married celebrities are seen lip-locking with people who aren't their husbands, and young stars cuddling up to industry executives.
Well, you gotta remember, this is Diddy career really started like 91, 92. A lot of us wasn't even educated about the music business then. You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta think, even the Locks, they was kids. You know what I'm saying? Mace was a kid. You look back at Biggie and Tupac right now, they died at 25. Right. They, to us now, they look like kids, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people got robbed because they didn't know the business. A lot of people with bad boys succumb to the dark side of the industry, right? The same stuff that Diddy's, they alleging now with the parties, the drugs, the sex. Right. A lot of people fell victim to that, right? Because that was their lifestyle. Now, when we was younger, we wasn't paying attention. But if you go and you look at the Big Papa video, the lead woman or the lead guy in that is a transgender, right?
I'm gonna look it up as you say that.
Yeah, you can.
So you more so, and we could be somewhat candid. You more so just alluding to like the the accusations of Diddy being like into homosexual lifestyles.
Yeah.
That energy of hip hop that has always been seen as taboo, and we could never verify it because none of us were on the inside.
Right. Well, I was.
But I was gonna ask you, so you've seen this firsthand.
Yeah, I've never seen like orgy, but Diddy has hit on me at Steve Rifkin's house. Everybody at the house was gay, but I didn't know it until I really paid attention and looked around at my surroundings. I'm like, oh shit.
Right.
Like, what's going on?
That sounds like Exhibit's story, because Exhibit had a story like that. They went to Miami.
No, but he went to a club.
Right.
I went to Steve Rifkin's house.
Right.
It was after a BET Awards, we went to an after party.
Right.
Me, Lil' Kim, Hillary Weston, who was Lil' Kim's manager.
Okay.
At the time. And we go to the after party, we run into Diddy, and Diddy tells us to come meet him he tells them, not me. He tells Kim and them, yo, come meet me at Steve Rifkin's house. And we all go over to Steve Rifkin's house. And while we there,
What about all the great things these Diddy's parties have accomplished, girl? I hear you say that these events raised millions of dollars for Shage and given us some memorable fashion moments. But this video is depicting those white parties. Celebrities that were shown reacting to 50 Shades of Grey in a variety of ways, including radio silence, damage control, and denial. According to some, the video has been altered. As for himself, he's been quieter than a church mouse, but the source is close to the music. While others are adopting the "I was young and stupid" C line more quickly than you can say cancel culture. Honey, when the receipts are this obvious, there is no amount of PR money that can save you. Moguls claim that he is in full-on panic mode, as seen by his late-night strategy meetings with his legal team and his desperate calls to friends who are celebrities, pleading with them to keep their mouths shut. People's perceptions of Diddy and his close circle are being altered by this whole fiasco more quickly than you can imagine. People are beginning to question whether these white parties were more about providing a playground where the wealthy and famous could indulge their most outrageous desires without facing repercussions than they were about promoting charity. Everyone is wondering how deep this rabbit hole is.
Right, it's fun. It is fun. Everybody in white.
Yeah, it sounds like a great party from
It is.
From all
I
I
went
could tell.
one time, and I've had my experience.
Okay,
I'm good.
Really?
There was nothing there for what?
So like some Diddy type shit?
Diddy white parties weren't the Diddy. I'm afraid to even.
We ain't talking about no white party.
You're afraid to acknowledge you've been to the Diddy parties.
No, I'm not afraid of it. I've been to the Diddy white parties. I've been to Diddy's birthday parties. I wasn't at Diddy after dark. I was at
people
the
act like
party.
I'm crazy when I say, yeah, I would have gone to the Diddy party. Because number one, up until a couple months ago, it did not have this reputation that there was all this seedy stuff happening.
No.
Everybody's.
It always had the reputation.
Really?
That's a fact. What?
Really?
You don't notice how?
I mean, I just have never heard that.
And your homosexuality radar is much more sensitive than most people.
What do you mean homosexuality?
You're like really concerned
Who's
with making
talking
sure
about-
that you're not accidentally pulling up on a gay orgy.
Who's talking about homosexual?
He's trying to mix in.
I'm not talking
allegations
about
that Diddy had.
homosexuality. Right?
Zestiness, whatever you want to call it.
No, it's just the party, right? It gets to a certain time at his parties where if you showed up there at 11 o'clock, by 3 o'clock, you're probably not remembering how you showed up at 11 o'clock.
When you
Shit
go to a
goes
big
on.
fancy celebrity party, to the limited extent that I've done this, I would assume the freak-offs are taking place in, the master bedroom, in a different nook of this. Like the part where everybody else is.
No master
The last
bedroom
time I saw you was at French's house.
I know, and I assume there were some freak-offs taking place, but it was out of the line of sight of the average person at the party.
But see, when you go to Diddy's party, well, let me say this. Maybe there's different access. I'm in the backyard. I don't go in the house.
Right.
Wait, what have you always heard me say?
What?
We don't leave the backyard.
Yeah, stay in the backyard.
We don't go in the house.
But up until a couple months ago, if Diddy had come up to me and said, hey, we got to go in back, I'm going to show you something,
Well,
I would have said, "Let's go, Puff, yeah."
And then what if it had showed you something?
In all fairness, let me say
Might
this.
have to take a look.
In all fairness, all fairness.
Not if there's any like unwilling participants or anything, but you know, if he said, "Hey, check this out," I'm gonna say, "Oh shit."
In all fairness, I have been in the house when the parties have been happening, like not in the back rooms or like that, and I've not seen anything crazy.
Right.
I can't find it on my Snapchat, but I do have a video where Cassie and everybody just dancing, having a great time. I don't know what was going on in that house.
First of all, in Diddy's defense, I've never seen or heard of anybody being manipulated or forced to do shit. If you pulled up,
never heard that
you
either.
pulled up for your reasons.
Now, I had a friend who told me years ago, like 3 years ago, we were literally having dinner in New York. And he goes, "Hey man," because he used to be a Sean John model. I'm like, "Yo, so you know, we were talking about modeling, the modeling industry, and we used to do this thing where we would get together. He's straight, I'm gay. We would get together with a small group of us, and we would just eat and just gossip. It really is what it was." And he said, "Man, I've seen the craziest shit in this game, bro." He goes, "One time, I was chilling." And I got a call that Puff wanted me to come over. This is all allegedly. He says 3 years ago. Wanted me to come over, pull up. I pulled up, and he wanted me to like play with Cassie's pussy and this, and this. And he would sit there and film it, and he was playing with himself. And in my mind, you know what I said? "You're a clout chasing, lying, manipulative. Oh my God, I can't trust." I literally stopped hanging out with him.
Believe all victims.
No, I literally. No.
Not all, but.
But was he a victim?
No, he was consenting. So that's what I'm saying to the point.
Yeah, if Puff calls me, "I want you to fuck this hot ass chick."
But
Okay.
this is all allegedly. But at the time when he said it, I really thought he was just crazy being a clout chaser.
That's his thing, though.
And then full circle, I had to call him. I went back to New York for something. I pulled up on him and I said, "I'm sorry," because what he said.
Listen, can I ask you a question? This is real shit.
Because that's the exact shit from her lawsuit, yeah.
Adam, actually, both of y'all, I think y'all, like, everybody has their thing, whatever it is. If Diddy's thing is to get willing participants to fuck his girl or whoever it may be while he watches, that's his thing.
And it's not.
You can have your personal opinion about it. There's other people out there that's their thing. You have your thing, right? You do porn, that's your thing, right? So I don't look at Diddy I don't say he's a weirdo, right?
Well, it's all the other stuff that makes him a weirdo, right?
I will say the overly abusive shit.
Yeah, the abusive stuff, yeah.
I don't got nothing to say about whatever the fuck he was doing with willing participants. I don't give a who, long as they're of age and they're willing.
Yeah.
I don't care.
How far would Diddy go to maintain his white party while everyone else is busy spilling tea? Unspoken secrets, the response may cause you to reconsider all of your preconceived notions about celebrity damage control. When that foot touched the web, Girl Diddy wasn't just shook, he was in full-on panic mode. Sources close to the music mogul say he was blowing up phones faster than a teenager with unlimited data. We're talking late-night crisis meetings, lawyers on speed dial, and PR teams working overtime to put out this 5-alarm fire. At first he tried to play it cool like the footage was no big deal, but Shelly, we all know that's about as believable as a $3 bill. The streets are saying he's been reaching out to everyone who was at those parties, trying to figure out who spilled the beans and how to keep more tea from flooding the internet. Now here's where it gets juicy. Word on the street is that Diddy's team has been sliding into DMs and making some pretty wild offers to keep people quiet. We're talking hush money that'd make even a Kardashian's eyes pop. But honey, in this age of receipts and screen recordings, that strategy's about as effective as using umbrella in a hurricane. Some folks are saying Diddy even tried to claim the footage is fake news cooked up by his haters to bring him down. But girl, when the evidence is clearer than a fresh set of acrylics, that excuse ain't going to fly. It's got people wondering if Diddy's living in La La Land or if he's just desperate to say fake.
Probably not a skit that almost anybody would attempt at this point in time, but at that time, it was genuinely thought to be funny, I think, on the internet. Well, but didn't they not put it out at the time? Or did they? And then it got deleted later
he went
on.
to put it out, and when she saw the final cut, she said, "Nah, that shit, I didn't see that. Nah, we're not putting that out." So they stopped it from. She got them to stop it, but then it came back out.
But if you read the lawsuit or the articles that were posted about the lawsuit, you would have thought that Ari Spears and Tiffany Haddish were abusing children together.
Exactly, because social media has no guardrails. And then on top of it, the crazy part is the mother of the kid was dropping the kid off to set to do the scenes. And then on top of it, Tiffany's whole thing, and everybody that knows Tiffany, and I hope she don't get mad that I'm bringing this up, and it's probably the most disappointing thing I've seen happen in the industry because I know her heart. She's a beautiful human being. She loves everybody, and she really is. She survived a lot of things. She tried to protect the story from spreading because of the kid. Because now we see the kid. Now we find the kids. You know, the internet, once you say something, now people want to dig up who's the kid. She was thinking about the kid's mental health, you know? And so when I put the video out, catching this attorney and the Rolling Stone person who's the same one writing about Diddy, same one writing about T.I., same one writing about Nicki Minaj's husband. It's the same person. When you start seeing same group, same attorney and journalist. When you start seeing it, you're like, hold on. So when I saw it, I recorded it and I put it out. And I went hard on his ass because I felt like he had used me to go after Nicki's husband, and I felt like I had gotten pulled into it. Once I saw what it was, I'm like, yeah, man, fuck that. So the first attorney and the first thing to come out was this story and that attorney. So at first I was like, yo, I don't know what this puff shit is about, because every time I've been around, I ain't seen the weird shit. I've seen Beyonce over there, I've seen Jay over there, I've seen Nas over there.
It's not like, bro, his whole party is that. People that want to participate.
His whole white party was at Prince's house. This is how like deep the shit going.
People that want to participate.
If the parties were that crazy, like if there was really fucked up shit happening in front of everybody, then we all would have known about this 10 years ago.
Yes. Do I believe there's people behind the scenes that are homosexuals that are pushing buttons? Yes. And that they want you to be down with their in order to push the button for you? Absolutely. And this is part of it. You just saw one of the gay mafia members. That's who he is. That's who Puffy is. He's one of the members of the mob. He's a mafia member. But he might not be Don Carl. He's not the godfather. You see? He's not the godfather. He's one of the heads of the families. You see? We had different families in this thing. We got Bad Boy. We got fucking what do we have? Death Row over here. We have the different we got fucking Arista Records and LaFace. These are the fucking families in the mafia. You dig? Those record companies are like families.
So him being a part of the gay mafia, right? Where do you think it went wrong?
Well, some say that he got a little too big for his britches, and when he ended up suing that liquor company De Leon, that's when it all started going downhill for him. That's when, you know, the real rich motherfuckers started showing you who they really are. Showing you that you can do all the shit you was doing, but you really not down with them. You could tell black people that you're a billionaire, but you don't have money like how we got money. We're real multi-billionaires. You know what I mean? And if you think you could with us and try to go against us and not just take whatever the we've been giving you all this time, because that Ciroc wasn't his. He was the face of it. They had a branding problem, and he came in and helped their diversity problem, you know? And we with it because we thought that he owned it. We thought he owned it. So that's why we with it. And then when he really wanted to have his own tequila for real, yeah, he saw that they was on some bullshit. They wasn't really taking him seriously. He sent people down there to check on the shit. Apparently, they didn't plant any agave for this guy. But all their other companies, you know, that had white people in them, they had their agave planted. They had their shit ready to go. But you didn't plant the black guy who's done all this work for you and all this type of shit. You know what I mean? And so he was pissed by that, and rightly so. But they was probably like, man, you just fucking take what we give you, Nick boy, and shut the fuck up. Be happy that we even let you in the fucking game. Be happy that you're even gonna have your name, that you're actually gonna own this one. Or your name's gonna really be on it. And when he got too big and felt like he was gonna sue them, they said, let's show this motherfucker who we really are. Send the ATF to his crib. Let's start there. Let's start there. Let's show this motherfucker how much power I got. Send the ATF to his crib. And we'll work on some shit to follow that up. You want to fuck with me? Okay. Let's go. Let's do this. That's what I think happened. That's what I think happened. And then they said, and then he might have said, because he might have threatened him. Like, because when he said, oh yeah? Well, I got pictures of you. I got tapes of you at the parties too. Oh, really? That's probably when the ATF really got sent. Send the ATF to his crib. Get me all them tapes, man. Give me all them tapes, man. Matter of fact, this nigga going down now. Because I don't like how this nigga talking. He's going down. We're gonna really show him who's boss. And I'm telling you, that's what I think happened.
Not to mention the celebrities who were captured on camera. Some of you may be wondering, can't Diddy just throw money at this problem until it goes away? Given the age of social media and cancel culture, Diddy has been working for a long time to prevent them from jumping ship, faster than rats on the Titanic. But with careers and reputations on the line, it's every star for themselves. The loyalty that once bound Diddy's in her circle is now more flimsy than a dollar store hair tie. Diddy's team has been working harder than a one-armed wallpaper hanger to try to turn this mess into something positive. They've been pushing the whole for charity purposes. However, no amount of money can make a viral video go away. It's like trying to put toothpaste back in the too messy, impossible, and sure to leave a stain. Wishing that people would put the crazy antics aside and concentrate on the wonderful things that have been done. But when the video reveals actions that make even reality TV producers blush, that justification is as weak as toilet paper from a gas station. The real question is, though, how Diddy will be affected by all of this. This scandal has the ability to bring everything down more quickly than you can say, bad boy for life. But some industry insiders are already calling it quits on the man who has been at the top of the game for decades with fingers and more pies than a bakery. Rumor has it that companies are reconsidering their collaboration with Diddy, and if they do, then things will really become serious, and we may be witnessing the end of an era due to some leaked party film.
It's a photo of Diddy, Aaliyah, Andre Harrell, Dame Dash, and Jennifer Lopez. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I seen it. I briefly looked at it while I was online. But I think that picture is from Bad Boy Weekend in the Hamptons. It was Bad Boy and Rockefeller Weekend in the Hamptons. You understand? It was, I remember Stacey Dash and Aaliyah, they was on Rockefeller team. You understand? And Bad Boy had their artists and stuff like that. And they were all playing softball up there in the Hamptons. And later on, Puff gave a white party, you know, at his house. He gave a party at his house, you know, the one he had in the Hamptons. And I was the one who was letting people in the front. I had the door in the front, so when people drive in, they come up in there, whatever like that. I was the one who let them in. It was a private party like that, only for Bad Boy and Rockefeller people. But it was nothing like freaky about that picture, nothing like that. I think he got the idea from, it used to be this club in Miami, and they used to have beds everywhere. So I think he was just trying to get that type of feel like from Miami, like that club was. So, but as far as some freaky stuff, I think that's like a week later, Aaliyah died in a plane crash. you know, after that party up there. So, you know, it wasn't nothing freaky about that, man. That's just people making up shit and saying things. But it was nothing like that. I even got a picture from that weekend where I'm on the baseball field, walking, and Puffin them was like in front of me right there. I got that picture still. It was a Polaroid. I still got that picture. So you know how people gonna make up stuff, they're gonna cut, paste, post, and all this other stuff for views and then try to make it seem like it's something when it's not?
Yeah, they trying to make it seem like it's something that's not. But how you feel about Diddy lawyer? He trying to get him transferred to a jail in New Jersey to get better access to him?
It's not up to Diddy lawyer, it's up to the prison system. The judge even told him, the judge cannot tell the Department of Corrections, the prison department, how to run a prison. Now, he was supposed to get him in some kind of medical facility because of, you know, he think that his life is in danger. Yeah, every prisoner life is in danger. So they trying to get some special treatment for him. But that's up to the prison system based on his evaluation from his psych evaluation. And they looking at the fact that Epstein, who may have some dealings with Diddy, he died in that place. So they may have a good case, but it's still up to the prison system to decide where he go. Is it the lawyer? And they don't care how much money you got, but it's based on the lawyer. So that's why if you ever you seen online recently, people coming out, they getting ex-COs or wardens or detectives to speak out and say how dangerous Brooklyn MDC is. That's they lawyers them paying people to come out and talk about that, so to try to help persuade the courts, which is the part of the prison system, to see what they're gonna do. Would they do anything to say, yo, listen here, man, this guy's life might be danger over here because people think that he has something to do with Pac, people think he has something to do with Biggie, and they right here in Brooklyn. You understand? It's right here in Brooklyn, and some of the people are still mad that he made Making It a Band walk to Brooklyn from, you know, to get the cheesecake, and just around the corner from the Cheesecake Factory. So, I mean, Junior's. So it might be some dumb shit. So y'all need to get him out of here and ship him to Jersey because somebody gonna kill him over here. Those are good arguments, if you want to call it, but it's bullshit. He gonna get the same treatment no matter how much money he got from them correction officers. Because if they don't and they get caught giving him preferential treatment, they gonna lose their job.
So you feel like Pac fans will try to do something to him?
Pac and Biggie fans. He can have issues with both of them because a lot of people think, because of the statement that Keefe D made, that he did something to Pac. A lot of people know or think that because of Biggie leaving, they finding out that Biggie was leaving Bad Boy, that he may have had something to do with Biggie. People feel that way. You hear it all the time. You see it all the time on the chats and all that stuff.
Have you heard the reports about Diddy being worried about his kids?
Bro, he get a phone call just like everybody else. And now they got all kinds of things where you got guys got iPads, guys got telephones, iPads, and all that in prison. So his kids are well taken care of. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't worrying about those kids before he got locked up. Not like that. maybe with the baby, but the other girls, they seem like they fine. Quincy seemed like he's doing a good job in making sure that those girls are being taken care of. And the rest of everybody else is grown. Or they young adults. So that's just a ploy, bruh. All that's a ploy to, try to change the circumstances in this situation. But they won't change. His circumstances and situation as far as the correctional facility and where he's being housed at is not going to change until the courts tell him to change it. So all these things that the lawyers is putting up, all these things that the lawyers is saying, it ain't gonna do him no good, bruh. It's not gonna do him no good until the courts and his lawyers come in with some good briefs and say, yo, listen here, our client should be released because he did this. If it's 3 months from now, and Diddy has to go to, he's been in jail and then he has to go for another bail hearing, you better hope that he's been in a drug program while he was in jail, he cleaned. You understand what I'm saying? He did something to show the judge that he's different from the first day he walked in. And if he don't do that, he won't get bail anyway. And then this bailing ain't just about him being clean and everything. This bail is about the fact that they think that he gonna harass witnesses and people to mess up their case.
The aftermath of this white party clip is messier than a toddler using finger paint, and the tea is blazing hot. The streets are speculating that Diddy's empire may be collapsing more quickly than a sandcastle during a hurricane. We're talking about lists of people who were caught on camera doing things that made their grandmother faint. And there's enough controversy to fill an entire season of reality TV. The big question now is whether Diddy can recover from this, as his reputation is suffering more than a boxing gym punching bag. And some people believe his career may be over. Others believe he has enough clout to weather the storm. But in this era of cancel culture, nothing is guaranteed, leaving everyone to wonder if there is such a thing as celebrity privacy anymore and how far they will go to protect their secrets.